to my channel. My name is Dina. On this episode of the Rainbow Shadow series, we're going to be dipping into a lime green eyeshadow. So if you're interested in seeing a lime green eyeshadow tutorial, then I'll see you back in a sec. Okay, so before we actually start dipping into actual color, you want to start off by priming your eyes with an eyeshadow primer. Now, my favorite eyeshadow primer, if you guys have been following my channel, is the Shop Miss A eyeshadow primer. So it is their AOA eyeshadow primer. It is a liquid to cream formula. I like to put it onto the back of my hand and then take a synthetic brush and apply that on my eyelids, and then you want to wait for it to dry. Now, once your eyeshadow primer is dry, you want to go ahead and move in with your basic eyeshadow colors. Everyone has their own personal basic eyeshadow colors. If you need help picking out your personal basic eyeshadow color shades, please refer to my eyeshadow tutorial video and then come on back to this video so that way we can be on the same page in achieving this neon green eyeshadow look. Now, for all the brushes that I'm going to be using, I'm going to go ahead and link them for you down below. But before I start dipping into colors, if any of you guys out there only have a few brushes to work with, AOA also has this really cool thing that cleans your brushes in between uses. So it's just a dry sponge that you take your brush and go ahead and just wipe it over the dry sponge, and it removes any pigment. So like I said, if you don't have that many brushes to work with, this is great to wipe off your brushes in between uses. Putting a base color right on top of your primer overall just kind of sets the primer, so that way when you do go in with any color, it doesn't stick onto the primer. So just overall, this is going to give you a way smoother application. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this white primer all over my eye. You want to do it from your lower lash line all the way up underneath the eyebrow, just so that way you do have a blank canvas on the eyelid. And now I'm going to go ahead and just apply the same exact white color right on the other side. Perfect. Now, once you're done applying your natural crease color, you're going to go ahead and enhance the crease. So I'm going to show you how I like to enhance my crease. I have a cool tone brown, and then I also have a warm tone brown. So I'm going to go ahead and just bounce between these two colors, just so that way it's not super bronzy and it's not super chocolatey. So that way I have a really nice neutral tone brown to go into my crease. So we're starting off with a natural crease color, and then we're moving on to a neutral crease color, and then we're going to go ahead and make it smoky, just so that way it is blended and a ombre smoky eye. So I'm just going to place it right in my crease. So I'm not doing anything on the outside corner just yet. We're still focusing right on the crease. Perfect. Now, once you're done enhancing that crease, you're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, bouncing between two colors. If you don't have two colors, go ahead and use a color that's a little bit more bronzy. It will give you the same effect. Always better to go lighter than darker. Perfect. Now, once you're done applying that second crease color, you're going to go ahead and take a clean eyeshadow brush. So always have a clean eyeshadow brush that you use specifically for blending your eyeshadow. So go ahead and take that clean eyeshadow brush, and then ever so gently just use the tip of the brush and go over the work that you just did, so that way we're blending the two colors together. Now, once you're done blending the two crease colors together, now I'm going to go ahead and show you how I like to make my eyes overall just look a little bit smokier. So I'm going to take a smaller version of that blending brush, and I'm going to go ahead and dip into this almost like reddish brown color. So it's kind of like a cocoa brown. So I'm going to go ahead and take that and coat all sides of my brush, and I'm going to focus this more on the outside corner. So I'm going to take this right over here, and I'm going to show you before I blend it. So I'm just placing it right at the outside corner of my eye, and then once I'm done placing it right at the outside corner of my eye, whatever's left over on the brush, just go ahead and take that into the crease, just so that way it overall looks very blended and very seamless. So you could see how it does overall make my eyes look a little bit smokier, but I'm not taking a really dark brown eyeshadow and placing it all over my eye. So now I'm going to go ahead and take that same cocoa brown color and do the same thing on this side. So I'm just going to put it right at the outside corner and then fade it to my crease. Okay, so once you're done adding that really beautiful cocoa brown color, go ahead and take your blending brush and blend the work that you just did. Now, I personally recommend blending your eyeshadow step by step. If you wait until the very end to blend your eyeshadow to make sure there's no harsh lines, you could risk mixing all the beautiful colors together. So I personally just recommend blending your colors step by step, so that way you don't mix them all together. Okay, so now that we're done adding all of our basic neutrals to our eyelid, now we're going to focus on our lower lash line. Now, whenever doing your lower lash line, be sure to stay away from any pigment that does have any red to it. Applying any red colors underneath your lash line could overall make your eyes look red. So for that reason, I'm going to focus on these two colors right over here. So I'm going to do a bronzy brown and a cool tone brown. So I'm going to take my really small blending brush that I use just for the lower lash line, and I'm going to dip into this cool tone brown followed by the bronzy brown. Now really be sure to tap off all the excess powder just to make sure you don't get any into your eye. And then take your handheld mirror, go ahead and hold it up really, really high, and just lightly dust that eyeshadow right up underneath your lower lash line. And you can overall see just how it makes the eyeshadow look less made up. If you don't put any eyeshadow on your lower lash line, it looks very heavy on the eyelid. So overall, just taking a little bit of eyeshadow and dusting it on your lower lash line, it overall just makes your eyeshadow application look more seamless. So now I'm going to go ahead and take those same two colors and do it on the other side. Okay, so once you're done applying the color to your lower lash line, go ahead and take that same exact brush. Now before you take it to the lower lash line, be sure just to wipe it off on a tissue so you don't transfer the color from your eyelid to the lower lash line. So just go ahead and wipe it one time, and then take your clean blending brush and sweep that right up underneath your eye, just to make sure that there's no line between the eyeshadow and where your makeup starts. So just very gently take that right up underneath the eye. Okay, so now that we're done with all of our neutral colors, now I'm going to show you the eyeshadow set that inspired me to do this rainbow eyeshadow series. Now you can purchase this eyeshadow set on Amazon, very, very inexpensive and non-toxic. I went ahead and linked it for you down below, so go ahead and check out the retailer. I highly recommend it. It's very pigmented and they blend very seamlessly, so I really, really love this product. Very amazing. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you. As you can see, there's no brand on the front. And then if you take a look at the first pan, you can see there's this really beautiful selection of colors. And then I'm going to lift it just to show you the other side, because it does come with two eyeshadow pans. So if you take a look at this side, you have a really beautiful selection of pinks and neutrals and blues. So just overall a very, very beautiful variety of colors. But since we're doing a neon green eyeshadow look today, I am going to focus on this gorgeous eyeshadow palette right over here. Okay, so before I actually start dipping into a neon green, I really want to enhance that brightness of the neon green. So for this step, you're going to need your small version of your blending brush. So not the really big fluffy one, the one that's a little bit smaller. Now you're going to take this really bright yellow color and place it right at the inside corner of your eye, and then you can also place a little bit onto your tear duct. So I'm going to start just by placing it right at the inside corner of my eye, and you can see how I am packing it right on the inside corner because I really want it to be overall very concentrated and very bright. I want this look to be super electric and super neon. I just want it to be true to its electric neon green color. So I'm going to go ahead and add another layer of this really, really intense bright yellow. And again, just take your brush and bounce it right at the inside corner of your eye, just so that way you're really, really packing on and building the pigment. So you can see how I'm focusing right at the inside corner, and then again I'm taking a little bit onto my tear duct. Perfect, so now I'm going to go ahead and take some and do it on the other side. Okay, so once you're done adding and packing on that really beautiful electric yellow, pretty much like a highlighter yellow color, right on the inside corner of your eyes, now we're going to go ahead and dip into this really beautiful electric green. So for this step, I'm going to use that same exact eyeshadow brush, but I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off. And I'm going to wipe it off on this guy right over here, just so that way you guys could see how it really does take off the pigment, which is really cool. And once you're done tapping off the excess, now we're going to go ahead and place this right over the work that we just did. So we pretty much use that yellow highlighter color as a base to really amplify this electric green color that I'm placing right over it. So you could see how it's really starting to enhance that electric green. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a teeny bit more. And I am taking it right over the yellow. So I'm taking it right over the yellow, but I'm not placing it on my tear duct because I do want a little bit of that yellow to shine through, just specifically in my tear duct, so that way it is a little bit lighter and brighter on the inside corner. Perfect. So now that I'm done applying that really bright neon electric green on one side, now I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact color on the other side. Be sure to tap off the excess and stipple it on your eye. Also to flip your brush over just to make sure there's no pigment on the other side of the brush. Okay, so once you're done applying those two colors, now you're going to go ahead and still use that same exact brush, so the smaller version of the blending brush. Go ahead and wipe off the brush just to make sure there's no leftover pigment. And now I'm going to dip into this really fun color, so I'm going to go ahead and show you. So we just got done dipping into this really beautiful electric yellow, and then we moved on to this really beautiful neon green, and now I'm going to work my way right over here. And this is a really, really bright electric green and yellow, so it has a little bit of both. So I want this look, again, to be overall really bright and super, super electric. So I'm going to go ahead and take this reflective pigment, and I'm going to coat both sides of the brush, and then I'm going to take this right to the top of my crease. So I'm just going to tap off the excess, and I'm going to place that right here, so right at the top of the crease. This one is more of a lime green, so the other color was like a little bit more of a electric green, and this color definitely has a little bit more of a lime hue to it. Perfect, so it should ever so gently start to be just a little bit darker. Perfect, so now that we're done applying that really beautiful lime green, now I'm going to go ahead and apply that same lime green on the other side. Be sure to, again, tap off the excess. And we're going to take this lime green color and we're going to place it right at the crease. So you can see I'm going right in the crease, so back and forth in the crease. And then I'm going to take whatever's left over and blend it down onto the eyelid. So again, I'm going to go ahead and take another coat, and I'm going to start working my way down on the eyelid. Okay, so once you're done applying that really pretty lime green color into the crease and then fading whatever's left over onto your eyelid, now we're going to go ahead and just enhance it just a little bit. So I want it to be a little bit richer, a little bit smokier. For this step, you're going to need that same brush that we used for the lower lash line. Go ahead and just wipe it off to make sure that there is no pigment or residue left over. Once you're done with that, we're going to dip into our cocoa brown color and coat both sides of the brush. And then again, once you're done coating both sides of the brush, we're going to tap off the excess. And then for this specific step, I'm just going to place it right at the outside corner of my eye. So I'm almost placing it right where my eyeliner would be. Perfect, so you can see I'm placing it right where my eyeliner would be. So right at the top of my lash line, but I'm not taking this color, I'm placing it all the way to the inside corner of my eye. I'm just focusing halfway. So I want it to be a really bright electric green that's gonna slowly start fading into this reddish brown color. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side. So I'm gonna take this really beautiful reddish brown color, and I'm going to place it right at the top of my lash line, just focusing on the outside corner of my eye. My inspo for this eye is kind of like a camo eye. Like I want it to be like a neon green with like almost like a camo like brown color. So I'm going to go ahead and fade this really, really pretty reddish brown color, and then once I'm done with the reddish brown color, we're going to go ahead and take that same brush, the smaller version of our blending brush, and we're going to mix the reddish brown color with that bronzy color, and then I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm going to take the reddish brown bronzy color, and I'm specifically going to put it in my crease. I'm going to go ahead and just wipe off the excess a little bit. And I'm going to place this right in my crease, but I'm not going to take it all the way to the inside corner. I'm just going to focus it right on the crease. Perfect. So now that I'm done with that, look how pretty that is. It's almost like a reddish brown that fades to this really, really pretty, almost like camel brown color. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my blending brush, and I'm just going to soften everything just so that way there's no harsh lines when we do add a transition color. Perfect. So once you're done with that, you can overall see how it's just really soft and really blended. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side. Perfect. Now always be sure to compare the two. Perfect. Now once you're done comparing the two, I feel like I need to add just a little bit more on this side. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. Perfect. Now once you're done, go ahead and take your blending brush and just blend everything to make sure there's no harsh lines. Once you're done blending and softening, be sure to wipe it one more time and then go back in and soften again. Perfect. So you can see overall we have this really beautiful electric green that fades to a reddish brown, and now it's going into a bronzy brown. Now once I'm done with the bronzy brown color, now I'm going to go ahead and start adding a little bit of copper. I feel like copper is overall going to tie this look together. So you can see right over here how I have this really beautiful copper shade. So just a true copper. I'm going to go ahead and take that with my finger, and I'm going to place that right at the top of my eye. So I'm going to take that right over here, and I'm going to take this bronzy color. I like to add pigment with my finger because I don't want to overall add a lot of pigment. If you do take it with a brush, it could pick up too much color. I just want it to have just a little hint of copper, so I don't want it to, you know, take over the show. We just want a little hint of copper just to overall tie the look together. It really just makes it a cohesive eyeshadow. So this is the finished look on one side. Now I'm going to go ahead and complete the look on the other side. So again, I'm going to dip in to a copper color, and I'm going to take the copper right onto my finger, and I'm going to place that right on my eyelid. So just right over the work that we just did. And this overall is really tying the look together and making it a cohesive eyeshadow. I am absolutely obsessed with this eyeshadow look. I think this is by far the favorite eyeshadow look that I have done so far in the Rainbow Shadow series. I am absolutely obsessed. Okay, so now I'm going to do the bottom part of my eye, but I don't want to bring any of the neon down at the bottom part of my eye. I really want to show off that almost like camo situation that I have going on my eye. So for that reason, we're going to go ahead and take our blending brush that we use for the bottom part of our lower lash line, and I'm going to dip into the bronzy brown color, and then I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm going to place this right at my lower lash line. Now I personally like to look up. You guys don't have to do this if you're not comfortable. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my blending brush and just one time soften. Perfect. So you can see how that really beautiful bronzy orangey brown color just overall makes this look more cohesive and just overall ties the look together. So now I'm going to go ahead and take that same exact bronzy brown color and do it on the other side. And like I said before, if you don't have a shade like this, just use your bronzer. It's pretty much the same thing. Perfect. Love it. Okay. So once we are done with that, now I'm just going to take my really, really small basic eyeshadow brush. So I'm going to show it to you. So just your traditional eyeshadow brush. And now I'm going to dip in to this reflective lime color. So as you can see over here, we do have your traditional lime green, and then right over here we do have a lime green that's just a little bit more enhanced because it does have a reflective pigment. So I'm just going to take my basic eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to dip into that lime green eyeshadow, and I'm going to wipe off the excess, and then I'm just going to enhance the inside corner with the reflective pigment, because overall anything with shine will reflect the light and make it look overall just a little bit more intense. So I'm just going to take a little teeny bit and just place it right at the inside corner of my eye just to overall enhance that really beautiful lime green. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take that same shade and do it on the other side. So I'm just focusing right on the tear duct. Perfect. Okay, so since we are doing a lime green, almost camo theme, I'm going to do a chocolate brown eyeliner. Now, usually I always go in with my black eyeliner. I'm a huge fan of really defined line eyes, but since I am doing a chocolate brown green eyeshadow today, I am going to be using the brown gel eyeliner. I went ahead and linked it for you down below. These are waterproof gel eyeliners that are only $1 from shopmissa.com. You guys literally need to go to their website like today. It is the best website. I highly recommend them. So for this specific step, you're going to need a gel eyeliner brush. I went ahead and linked it for you down below. Now I'm going to go ahead and dip into my gel eyeliner. Once you're done dipping into your gel liner, just be sure to take whatever's left over and coat it onto the back of your brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and tightline my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and take the eyeliner and place it underneath my eyelashes. So I'm just going to take the liner and place it right up underneath my lashes. If you have trouble with this step, do it after your mascara. Look into the mirror, lift your lashes up with one hand, and then take the eyeliner with one hand and go underneath. So that's the way to do it on yourself at home. Just look into your mirror, lift it up, and apply it underneath. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and look into the mirror and apply it right up underneath your lashes. Taking eyeliner and putting it right up underneath your lashes just overall makes the base of your lashes look thicker. So you can see right over here we don't have any definition on our lashes, and then right over here when I look into the camera you could see my lashes now, and overall it does make your eyes look bigger too. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so once you're done tightlining your eyes, now we're going to go ahead and focus on the top part of our eyelashes. So now I'm going to dip into that same chocolate brown color, and I'm going to wipe off the excess again to the back of my hand. I just want to show you something real quickly that's really cool about this Bobbi Brown Ultra Fine Eyeliner brush. It is at a rounded tip. If you apply gel eyeliner with an angled brush, you don't really have a lot of control, and what you put on is what you get. So you're left with literally what you put on your eye. What's really cool about this one, you can use it on its side if you want it to overall be a little bit smokier, and you can use it on its tip if you do want a more precise line. So you do have overall just more variety when it comes to this brush, and also too you have more control because it is synthetic, it's not natural hair. Whenever you use a natural hair angled brush, natural hair is not meant to work with anything cream. The only thing that you should be using with any cream formula should be synthetic, because synthetic is the only thing that picks up and distributes cream evenly and gently. So for this specific eyeliner look, I want it overall to be a little bit more smoky, so I'm just going to take that gel eyeliner, place it right at the outside corner of my eye, and then I'm going to take my smoky eyeliner brush from Bobbi Brown, and I'm just going to blend the work that we just did. Now whenever blending or lining your eye, be sure to line one eye first, smudge it, and then move on to the next eye. If you line both eyes and then try to go back and smudge the other eye, it's going to be dry by the time you get there. So just be sure to do one eye at a time. Now once you're done applying that eyeliner and smudging it, go ahead and take that brush that we use specifically for the lower lash line, and then we're going to dip into the chocolate brown eyeshadow. And then once you're done dipping into the chocolate brown eyeshadow, go ahead and place that right over your eyeliner. So this is going to make it more of a invisible eyeliner, and it's also going to blend your eyeliner to your eyeshadow, so that way when I do look into the camera you can see this really beautiful definition, but you don't see any line, which is really pretty. So now I'm going to go ahead and continue to work my way forward. So I just got done doing the outside corner. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the middle part of my eye. You always want it to be thinner as you go in, so don't make the line really thick. Just stay really close to your lower lash line. Perfect. So again, apply and then take your smudging brush and immediately smudge that liner. And then once you're done smudging the eyeliner, you're going to dip into this color right over here, and you are going to place it right on top of the eyeliner. So I'm going to take that really beautiful chocolate brown color, and I'm going to place it right over the eyeliner. And I'm just going to use the tip of the brush just to kind of blend everything and make it cohesive with the eyeshadow look. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and take it just a little bit more to the inside corner of my eye. Now I don't want to take away from that really beautiful electric neon green that we have going on, so for that reason I'm not going to go super close to the inside corner. I'll show you. I'm literally just going to take it right over here. So I'm going to stop it right over here. I'm not going to go all the way to the inside corner of my eye. And then again, I'm going to take my smoky eyeliner brush and immediately smudge. And then I'm going to take my chocolate brown and just ever so gently place that. Perfect. So I went ahead and lined one eye, so you can go ahead and take a look at this side. So we have this really gorgeous electric neon green that fades to a beautiful bronzy brown, chocolate brown color. And then over here we do have that same exact eyeshadow look, but now you could really see how my eyelashes overall are more defined and how everything just overall blends together. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side. Okay, so now that we're done lining and defining the top part of our eyes, now I'm going to show you how I like to line the bottom part of my eyes. So for this step, you're going to need your smoky eyeliner brush, and we're going to dip into whatever's left over on the back of our hand. If you physically take eyeliner and put it right up underneath your eye, it could make your eyes look a lot smaller. So overall, if you don't want your eyes to look smaller, this is going to be your best friend and your new favorite step in applying eyeliner. And also too, it does last all day long because we are dipping into a waterproof formula. Just overall, it's going to be a lot more soft and a lot more blended. You're not going to see this really harsh line. So go ahead and dip into whatever's left over on your hand, and then look all the way up, and then you're just going to place the eyeliner right in between your eyelashes. And if you want it to look a little bit darker, just go ahead and add one more coat. Perfect. So you could see how overall you still get that definition of eyeliner, but it's not this really harsh line, and then you don't have to go back in and blend. So overall, it's just a lot softer and a lot smoother. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side. Take the eyeliner and place it right up in between my eyelashes. Perfect, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to dip into one more color because I just want to enhance a little bit more of that bronziness. So I'm going to go ahead and take my basic eyeshadow brush and I'm going to clean it off. This thing is super cool, you guys, and then once you're done wiping off your brushes, if you feel like there's a lot of pigment, you can go ahead and flip it over and then you'll have a fresh side on the other side. So I really, really love this. Very, very handy. So now I'm going to go ahead and dip in real quickly to this bronzy color. So that same bronzy color that we used with our finger, I'm going to go ahead and use it with that basic eyeshadow brush. I'm going to go ahead and tap off the excess. And then I just want to take a little bit of this bronzy color and I want to place it right up underneath my eye. Now for this specific step, I'm going to do it halfway. So I'm not going to do it at the inside corner, I'm going to do it right at the halfway point. Just overall, the bronze with the green just looks so beautiful together. So now I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit more of this bronzy color and do the same thing right at this side. Perfect. I really think that that bronzy color overall does tie everything together. Okay, so now that we're done lining, defining our eyes, and adding all the color and brightness, now I'm going to go ahead and do my lashes off camera. And then when I'm done doing my lashes off camera, I'm going to come back and show you the final look of the Rainbow Shadow Series Neon Green tutorial. So I'll be right back. Alright you guys, I just got done doing my lashes and mascara off camera, so this is the final look of the Rainbow Eyeshadow Series Neon Green tutorial. I hope you guys love this look just as much as I do. If you guys have any questions overall on how I achieved this look, feel free to comment me down below, but I will see you on another episode where we're going to be dipping into so many fun different colors. So I will see you on another episode. Take care and have a beautiful day.